All right, welcome guys to the first weekly review of the year. I'm probably not gonna do video today. I might not do video on many of them because, well, like video of me, because it just takes so much longer editing. I might maybe if I get like a webcam, it'd make it easier, but having to record from an external source like a camera or phone and then adding it to this is a bit of a hassle. So this should be quick. I'm going to try to upload one of these each week. I'm going to try and start doing them uploading. I've been doing them for 2 years now. This is the last one from 2025. I didn't get 51 and 52. I was busy the last couple of weeks of the year, and so I didn't do 51 and 52, but basically this is what you'll have. You'll make a copy, and then you'll just update this whichever week of the year we're in. If you're not sure, you can always just Google it. The date, enter the date, and then you can delete that right there. It could get done in 5 minutes because really it can. Like, it doesn't have to take that long. Insert weekly picture. I added this because 2024 I didn't have many memories and I didn't take any pictures either 2024, and it felt like 2024 was a blur. So in 2025 I fixed that and I said add a weekly picture, but I'm not gonna do a weekly picture because I'm doing content a lot, and so I mean I kind of have that for myself. But yeah, if you don't have any content, yeah, upload a weekly picture because it'll help you remember what you did that week. And so starting off, I like copying and pasting the previous week's goals. In this case, I did the last weekly review of the year that I had. Just copy these guys, move them over, paste, and then I rate them from a 0 to 10. Basically just have an idea of how you did last week. And so like my spiritual goals, feel like I hit that like a 7 out of 10. My self goals, 6 out of 10. My health goals, 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 because I don't think I did bad, but I don't think I hit everything on target. I didn't do very good. Wealth, I spent a little bit more than what I liked. Didn't do terrible, but yeah, it was a little bit more than what I would like to admit. And so 4 out of 10, not very good. Time off. For time off, I said I was going to work until I felt burnt out, and I did exactly that. So 9 out of 10. I didn't give myself any time off, but what I did commit to was what I said I was going to do. So weekly review overview. This is just journal about your week. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, you can pause and read mine. It's literally just how I feel like. In this case, it was the past 2 weeks because it was week 51 and 52 of 2025, and then the first week of 2026 was a half week. So I wasn't going to do a review on a half week, and so I'm just adding it to this. And so basically I just summed them up of like what was going through my head, how I felt, and like things I did. And then down here, really, again, like you should have like these should be like things that you should look at daily. Spiritually, any self-development you're doing or any like projects that you have that you're working on. Your health, something you should think about daily. Your wealth is something you should think about daily. And then how you are going to unwind or take time off at the end of the day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I like to prioritize daily, and then kind of make a goal, or like have, at least I like to review them for the week and then see how I did with them and how I can improve on them next week. And so again, if you guys want to read through this, go ahead. It's nothing crazy, but for an example, yeah, just go ahead. You can pause the video and read it. These 5 reviews really should be like more like explaining these instead of just like a 7 out of 10. I come down here and I explain why it was a 7 out of 10. 6 out of 10 to come down here and explain why it was a 6 out of 10. Again, just like brief overview of what I remember, and like that. I mean, I've had weeks where like I just do terrible. Let's just say I just do terrible because I say the previous week I say I'm going to watch my risk management on trading, and I don't do that, and I blow multiple accounts. So I give myself like a 2, or like I mean, I don't think I've ever given myself a 0 out of 10, maybe like out of anger, but like 2 or 3 out of 10 because I really didn't do what I said I was going to do. And so I'll write that down here, and then I I can at least like have more of a refreshed memory every week as I go into it, because I'll know how many weeks in a row have I kept doing the same thing, and until it changes and what changes. And so that's more or less what this is for. Health, same thing. It's like I skipped the gym most of the year 2025. I know that because every week I'd go to the gym. I didn't even have a gym membership for the majority of the year. Wealth, again, it's like that's a good one to review weekly, because it's like right here. What did I put? Okay, so for my goals, so next week goals, I'm just gonna move that down, kind of separate it. So my next week goals, I put on wealth, no gas station BS. So like, don't stop at the gas station for like an energy drink, something to eat, and like only spend on necessities. So next week when I review, if I stopped, I would obviously have to fill it out like something like this, where there was like, and right here, there was a lot of spending over the holiday season. So going into the year, I don't want to go out very often, and really I can just cook at home and just eat at home. I don't have to be going out, and that's a big part of saving. And then the one thing that I do still expect to spend on would be finishing the BMW project that I'm working on right now. Things come up, I'm putting it back together, something else just comes up, and so again, just an idea of like more or less what I'm going through, what I'm planning for, and then writing it down here. It's like, so spend on necessities. Again, it's like I have a part that I need to buy for the BMW. I actually have to order. And so that's a necessity. To put the car back together and make sure it's running, it's a necessity. But again, it's like, it's good to plan. Time off for the past couple weeks. I said when I did my yearly review or my yearly goal setting, I said somewhere in here I didn't want any dull moments. And so I put that down as like my time off for this guy right here, no dull moments. But I'm going to try and make time. YouTube or Xbox an hour at the end of the day. I like either watching some YouTube or playing Xbox. And so that's what I want to do at the end of the day. At least an hour. That should be doable, nothing crazy. And then your 3 non-negotiables for the week, which for me is content, mental healing out of this like mental funk that I'm in, and then the gym. Those are my top 3 non-negotiables, where those are my 3 priorities for the week. Make sure I go to the gym 3 times for the week, and then my mental healing, and then creating content. Coming up with, because content right now is still like really new to me, really fresh, and so I'm still trying to figure that out. But more or less, I mean, that's it. It's nothing crazy. It's just to kind of like refresh your memory every week of what you wrote down here, and then you can always just come back to this and review it, add to it, do not take from it, and then you come over to your weekly review. And then depending on what you're going through, again, you just target certain goals on here. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. Like I said, could be done in 5 minutes. I did it in about 10. But if you don't have anything crazy going on, it could be done in like 5 minutes. But yeah, I definitely recommend a weekly picture, because I did that a handful of times. I didn't do that here. I did that a handful of times last year, and it was actually really helpful. I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. They shouldn't be that bad. Again, there's no like perfect way to do this. It's just to help you guys like remember your goals for the week. But I hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys next week.